What's going on, YouTube? Drano's back at it again, bringing you guys another video. So back at it here on Ultimate Team. I know I miss you guys, with the uploads, but I've been getting a ton of support from you guys on the live streams. I've been enjoying doing those live streams and interacting with you guys, whether it be on Twitch, which if you guys don't know, I do also live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Drano'sTV, but I also have been streaming on YouTube as well. I'm using the Restream app, I think is what it's called. So, whichever one you prefer the most, I got you guys covered. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. We'll be back at it tomorrow. I was planning on maybe live streaming later tonight, but it just got a little bit too late, and so I figured let's just go ahead, just save that energy for tomorrow when we start weekend league. So just figured I'd go ahead and work on some content for you guys. So really for today's video, we're gonna be wrapping up the budget series. There was really just one position that I left off this list, which is the defensive tackle positions. Now, I might have referenced this or might have mentioned this in a past video. In my opinion, D tackles, they're right there with like the offensive linemen. I don't feel like you should really need defensive tackles, like at least like the upper echelon ones that keep coming out. So don't feel the need to really break the bank for those. But if you are, if the D tackle position is somewhere where you're kind of lacking in that department, it is still helpful to have something there. You can't just be expecting to run like a bronze or a silver out there and expect not to get ran all over. You need at least something that's competent out there. And I got a list for you guys. We've got 5 players here. As always with these videos, budget's going to be set for right at around 100K or less in this case. So if you guys have been supporting, I've seen a lot of support here recently on these videos. I feel like, those easily my most watched videos on my channel. Go ahead. I appreciate you guys hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel. I got another series that I'm planning on starting up, kind of piggyback off this series, just to kind of, more than anything, just help you guys out, because I always get a lot of questions during my live streams as far as like, oh, what are the best schemes, what are the best abilities, things like that. I'll go over all that stuff with you just to help you, put you in the best position to be competitive. So let's go ahead, get started with the countdown. Coming in at number 5. Now, coming in at the number 5 spot, we've got Big Vince Wilfork from the New England Patriots, or his New England Patriots card now. As you guys can see, his card is a little bit overpriced right now, but this is the only 92 Wilfork that's on here on the block. And just looking through Mudhead, he's going for right at around 100K. So if you wanted to, ball out, or if you have like a Patriots theme team and you want to add him to the squad, this would be a good addition. Now, what you're going to notice on this list is that there's one common trend that all of these players have here, except for maybe one, is the fact that all of these players are 300 pounds and above. And so there's this theory, around the community where guys that are above 300 pounds at the defensive tackle position, they're able to, I'm not sure if it's if they play better, they get better sheds, or they take up double teams. So just keep that in mind, as you're, getting your D tackles. But of course, obviously, Vince Wilfork is a thick boy here, coming in at 325 pounds, 94 block shed, which is very nice. Only reason why I don't have him higher on this list is just the fact that, he is right at our budget, if not a little bit over. But I feel like with this card, I mean, you could easily get him for under 100K. So coming in at number 5, Vince Wilfork. Now, coming in at the number 4 spot, we've actually got an out-of-position player, which I feel like we haven't really seen too many of these out-of-position players on this list. But granted, I've done this list like over an extended period of time, so the market obviously changes at that point. But we got defensive tackle from the Baltimore Ravens, Patrick Ricard. Again, 311 pounds, so he does meet that 300-pound threshold. He is a little bit faster, 73 speed. I know you're not going to track down like a Lamar Jackson or anything like that, but it's decent. It's decent there. And then just looking at his block shed, 91 block shed, which is nice. The only part where it's kind of lacking with this card is the power move, finesse move combination. It's not very good, but like I said, he does meet that threshold for the 300 pounds, and you can get him for the low is what I'm seeing on here. I mean, you can get him for 50K, if not a little bit cheaper. So that's why I have him coming in at the number 4 spot. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we've got Kenny Clark, defensive tackle from the Green Bay Packers. Solid option here. He's actually, the card that I'm referring to specifically is from the heavyweights promo, which I am noticing, with a lot of like those offensive, defensive line positions, if you're ever lacking in those positions. I feel like the heavyweight promo is good. Obviously, they made it for that reason, in my opinion. It's great value. I mean, you don't have to spend a whole lot on these guys, and just go ahead, just pulling up Kenny Clark's stats here. 67 speed, it's a little iffy there, but he's got 87 power move, which is nice. 90 block shed, not bad. And again, he meets that 300-pound threshold. This is just kind of one of those guys where you just kind of plug and play and just, you know, hopefully have him shed. I know in the past when I've used Kenny Clark cards, they've always played really well for me, so that's why I have him coming in at the number 3 spot. At my number 2 spot, we've got defensive tackle from the Atlanta Falcons. We've got Grady Jarrett. Again, very similar build to Kenny Clark. You know, speed leaves obviously a little bit to be desired there, but got good block shedding, almost at 90, but obviously you can get that powered up as well. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he just got a Team of the Year card as well. So that card, I can only imagine what those stats look like. The nice thing about this card is that he actually gets 92 power move. So, you know, obviously, I feel like at the defensive tackle position, I feel like power move is preferred just to help you, you know, push back against the line. Now, as far as like how much these ratings actually mean, I really don't know, but the numbers look good in this case. And I mean, like like you guys see here, for a card that, you know, goes for 50K, it's definitely not a bad option here. And then as far as the number 1 spot, guys, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You won't have to spend any coins on this card. So let's go ahead, jump into number 1. Coming in at my number 1 spot, like I said before, a card that you don't even have to spend coins on. We've got Leroy Glover, defensive tackle. And what's so good about this card is the fact that, number 1, you can get any team chemistry times 5 once you're able to get him, once you're able to get all the collectibles for him. So as you guys can see, I have 5 theme team collectibles, so that helps me out tremendously. And you know, to be perfectly honest, like, you know, considering the other options that you have available, I think it's what, Ed McCaffrey, there's the Eddie George, and then Aeneas Williams. Like, those are like all skill position guys. Like, those positions, those get ran through pretty much like every other week, in my opinion. So like, those guys, at least on my team, they would never see my field. So that's why I went ahead, used my free superstar card or whatever that you get at the beginning of the year. Or if you guys aren't aware, if you guys are just starting MUT, you just have to do a string of solos. You get I think it's like a 70 overall version of this card, and then all you have to do is you just get the collectibles just from like playing the game. You could actually buy the collectibles, although I wouldn't suggest doing that just because they are kind of pricey. I think each of them's like 15K or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, hey, listen, I get a free 97 overall in my squad without even really having to do much work. So just, you know, showing you guys here. I mean, what else could you want from a free card that you get 83 speed? So he's gonna, I've seen Leroy Glover chase, you know, hawk down some dudes here in this case. And then obviously 90 power move, 95 finesse move, so he gets double, so he's a very balancey tackle. 96 block shed. Like, guys, like, this is, like, you'd be silly, in my opinion, I feel like you'd be silly to, you know, to spend coins, you know, a hefty amount of coins on a defensive tackle. But you know, again, I'm just doing this video for you guys in case if you guys want to, maybe, like, you know, if you run like, you know, nickel, or if you run like a 4-3 or whatever, and you need a second defensive tackle to line up next to Glover, then I got you guys covered. So with that being said, though, guys, it's probably going to be a short video in my opinion. It felt like a short video while recording this. Again, if you guys enjoyed this type of content, hit the like button. Gonna go ahead and, you know, have some other ideas that I have in mind as far as what I want to do to help you guys just up your game even more to the next level. And then if you guys are looking forward to that kind of content, consider subscribing to the channel. And until the next one, guys, this is Dre Knows, and I'm signing out. Peace.